All right. Hi. Just making sure I had my camera's focus correct. How is everyone? You good? Maybe I'll make that a little brighter. Yeah. There we go. Happy Monday, everyone. If you're following along on YouTube, then I'm going to throw the playlist in there. Hi, Kate. Hi, Miriam. Hi, Steph. Hi, Jesse. Thanks for asking, Miriam. I am feeling much better, like all the way recovered from my second Pfizer shot. So thank you for asking. It'd be so cool if like the shot gave me like extra super like handstand powers and I was just above another level. Yes, Jamithia, hi. Sarah. I know, baby. I post scary pictures, but usually it's just me fucking around and like, I don't even know if we'll get there. That's like the facts of this. But hey, can we do a quick poll? Like you can just type in the comments. Okay, I've been trying to figure out what fucking curtains to hang for like 2 months now. And I've like bought curtains and returned them like several times. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to buy curtains and put them up during class and then ask everybody what they think. So I have 2 different curtains. I like really like the crinkly fabric, but I couldn't decide between this like slate gray or this like standard white. So I was like, I'm just going to ask what they think. So you let me know. You have a voice in the decoration of my house and my studio because y'all are the ones that got to look at it a lot. I kind of like the gray, but I'm like, will I get sick of that? There's a lot of gray in my house. Like everything that way is gray. So I was like, yeah, it's so hard. You guys, Kate, Stephanie, I know. It's like the white's easy, The white is so easy. That's what I was thinking too, like natural light. Plus I got plants there and I want to do more plants. I'm going to really lean into this like jungly goth look, I think. Oh man, that's really smart, Stephanie. I never even thought of that. Keep both. Switch it out. Our very special guest, Miss Pie. Yay. Pie, you're blurry. Let's get some HD cat views. Oh, look at this specimen. I don't know what I did to deserve this cat, but something karmically right happened for this, Thought I would show you some butthole for this morning. Oh, Beatrice, I love that you're just going to do yoga ASMR while you work. I love that. Even just the breathing, you'll probably feel it and just breathe. Annalisa! Seriously, Annalisa, you've been on my brain and I can't stop thinking about you. It's just true. Oh, hide that. Okay, so here's the plan for today because it's already go time. So this entire month is going to be a theme of powerful transitions. And we're going to look at how powerful transitions can manifest, mainly in a like physical asana sense, right? How we're moving from one shape to the next, blah, blah, blah. And so we're going to kind of start from our baseline and work our way into different concepts and ideas of that all throughout the month of May. I think it'll be kind of cool. So all of April, we did some hip openers and stuff, and we're going to keep going through some hip openers today. It's going to be pretty fun, doing some low side angles and stuff. So if you like to work with blocks, let's use them for sure. Again, I popped some playlistings in the chats and in the link in Patreon. So let's start there together. I know it's an hour and 14-minute playlist. We're not going to go that long. I promise. And we'll get started seated. I like starting in a seat. I think that'll be fun. Let's go there. Let's go there together. Maybe we'll move and we'll feel different things about these drapes, you know? Who knows? Maybe pie will have some wisdom. Oh, I just realized the colors are pie. Oh my God. You're my inspiration always for all things. Your attitude in life and the way you move through the world at a snail's pace. All right, so we'll sit crisscross applesauce. If you feel like you need a little support, you can stick a block underneath you, yeah? But if you're comfortable sitting on your tuchus, then feel free to be there. And let's just work through our breath for a second. The basis of everything and all things here. Breaths in and out. Deep inhales. Exhales. Keep going through those breaths. Noticing where the majority of that oxygen is seated. So if it's kind of sitting in your chest, or if you can maybe take that breath down into your belly. Three more. Once you finish off that third and final breath here, let's take your hands to heart center. Interlace all your fingers, open up your palms to the ground, and then press the palms forward in front of you, elongating the arms as much as you can. Now sweep these arms up to the sky. Sit up as tall as you can, open up through the shoulders, and then release the hands, rolling the wrists in this like circular motion all the way down to the ground. Hi. All right, let's take hands back to heart center one more time. Interlace, press the palms forward, lift up to the sky. As tall as you can, still depressing the shoulders down and release. Try to circle out those wrists, but moving into the opposite direction. Now, once your fingertips make it down to the ground, let's stay in this position. Right arm reaches up to the sky, and let's side body stretch to your left hand side. If you need, left forearm works down to the ground, and think about rolling your right armpit up towards the sky. Ooh, straighten through that right arm a little bit more. And let's bring you all the way up, over to the other side, left arm up and over. And again, stay or take that forearm down to the ground. As long as that left butt cheek can stay down to the ground, that's all I care about. Open the armpit to the sky, get nice and straight through the arm. Breath in. Exhale, bring it all the way back up to center. Now let's go over to your left one more time. Instead of lowering the forearm to the ground, keep it floating if you have that depth ability. And we're going to turn the armpit down, sweep the arms, do a little cat and mouse chase. and then open up to the other side. Yay! Let's do that a couple more times. We're opening up your back body, opening up side body. Over to the left. And last time over to your right. Take it all the way to center. Lean back a little bit. Step your feet onto the ground. Now rock both knees over to the left. Sit up nice and tall. Take a twist. Right hand is on that left thigh. Look to the back of your mat and really think about tall and elongated through your spinal column. Yeah. Let's do the same thing to the other side. Extra credit if you can do this without your hands. Woo! Left hand touches the right knee. Again, rotate looking towards the back of your space. Think tall spine here. Now let's rotate you all the way back to center. Soles of the feet onto the ground, dig into the heels. Let's do a little bit of flexion through those feetsies and let's roll ourselves all the way down to the ground. Yeah. Support the back of your head with your hands. Open up the elbows wide. And I want you to walk in the heels nice and tight. We're going to do a little combination butt and abs warm up here. Lift your hips up. Now it doesn't have to be your highest, like your craziest bridge position, just enough to feel your butt cheeks go high and good morning. And then lower them down to the ground and do a sit-up crunch here. Lower back down, lift your butt. So here's how the breath goes. You exhale to lift the hips, inhale to lower down. Exhale to lift the chest, inhale to lower down. And I want you to keep going through those two shapes on your own. We're going to do about a minute of this. Yeah? I'm going to adjust all my bits and pieces because I tied a knot in the back of my shirt and it's just so silly. Tommy Lee Jones's Two-Face vibes. Ashley, I'm just seeing your comment. Imagine opening up for your yoga class and all you see is some butthole. Wow. Not mine, but my cat's. That's a whole nother class that we'll take later. Okay, you got 30 more seconds of your hip lift crunch combo. "15 seconds. Last 3. Good. Last 2. Nice and 1. Hips down to the ground. Let's maintain your crunch position here. Now reach your arms forward. Maybe you get up a little bit higher, and I want you to turn the palms up to the sky. Lean to the right, lean to the left. Right, left, right, left. You're just serving little dinner platters past these ankles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left arm backstrokes. Roll all the way over onto your left hand side. Push yourself all the way up. Plant the left hand into the ground and then elevate through your hips. Reach this right arm all the way up and back. Maybe you take one big circle with that arm and take it all the way back down to the ground. Sometimes getting all the way down is half the core work there. Let's do the same thing other side. Right arm backstrokes. Roll over to your right hand side. Push yourself up. If you notice my legs kind of separated there and then extended. Push into the hips, lift up, left arm reaches. Maybe one big circle. And then all the way back down. Right arm takes a little reach. And let's take you down onto your back. Knees come to chest, fingertips to knee pits. Let's rock and roll. Our goal shape is going to be Navasana, boat pose. Yeah. And we'll go through what your beginner's boat pose looks like. That can be your toes to the ground, but you're seated nice and tall, or as tall as you can. Your next level up, float the feet up off the ground. Level further from that, reach the arms forward in front of you. Hold right here. Find energy, and perhaps the legs extend for 5. Extend your legs for 2. And 1. Cross your shin bones, make your way into tabletop position. Yeah. Spread out your hands nice and wide. Grip into those fingertips. Press through the arms nice and straight and roll the inside of your elbow flush forwards. Reach the heart. Inhale. Exhale, round and contract navel to spine. Nice. Keep working through those cat-cows. Explore the range of motion in your spinal column. Maybe it feels good to bump your hips to the right and to the left. Maybe full circles. 10 more seconds. And other way. Good. Now meet me all the way back in center. Tuck your toes, float your knees an inch up off of the ground. Make sure that you're still staying stacked with your shoulders above your wrists. And let's practice cambering our hands together. Yeah, I'm thinking of you, Jamithia, with those kick-ass handstands I've been seeing online. Grip into those fingertips so that your middle knuckle lifts up off the ground. For 3. Yeah, for 2. And 1. Downward facing dog. Release that camber of the hands. Pedal out the legs. Now let's lift up our heels nice and high and rainbow the heels over to your left-hand side. Try to stay anchored through your shoulders. Pick up the right foot and cross it just behind the left. Really lean with the hips over to that left-hand side, but try to do your best to maintain a downward facing dog shape. 3, 2, and 1. Crisscross. Other side, heels to the right. Pick up that left foot, cross it just behind. Push back. Ha. 3, 2, and 1. Let's take it all the way back towards center and take a big step. Both of your feet behind your wrists, forward fold at the top of your mat. Now bend into the left knee, lengthen out through the right leg. Let's take a twist. Right arm reaches up to the sky. And switch. Right hand down, left arm up. Right knee is bent, left leg is nice and long. Nice. Let's take you all the way back up. Soft knees, roll it up. And support your hips with your hands. Push the hips forward in front of you and open up the front line of your chest. Squeeze into your butt cheeks. I want you to feel the glutes flex into the heels of your hands. Breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Take it all the way down, hinging from your hip lines. Now see about keeping your hands right where they were on your hips. And if you wanted a little chest expansion here, interlace your fingers and try to work the knuckles up towards the ceiling. Now, I'm never like hyperextending through my legs. I'm usually keeping a micro bend. I can still do the work into my hamstrings and work engagement into my muscles while doing that. Bend your elbows, release your hands down, and let's work into our halfway lift. Hands can be on the ground, shin bones, or even thighs if you need that. Forward fold, plant the hands, step back, high plank position, knees down to the ground. Now keep your hips stacked up over the knees. Let's work into puppy pose, Anahatasana. We haven't done this one in a while. I want you to think about rolling your armpits down towards the earth and keeping your butt cheeks up to the sky. Forehead can come to the mat, or if your neck, cervical spine is comfortable with it, bringing your chin and chest to the ground. 3 breaths. Nice. Now grip into those fingertips and let's roll you forward all the way down onto your tummy. Hands are going to slide by your side body. Zip the inner thighs together. Press the tops of the feet into the ground so much that your kneecaps actually float up off the earth for this Bhujangasana. Now I'm just looking down the tip of my nose at the edge of my mat, but I do want my back muscles turned on for 3, for 2, nice, and 1. Relax. Separate the feet to hip width distance. Let's tuck your toes. Push yourself up to a high plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. So good. Now walk your feet in a little bit and then out a little bit. Good. Right hand reaches underneath your body for your left ankle, calf, knee area, wherever is comfortable for you to make connection. The whole intent of this shape is to work some stability into your shoulder, especially when working inversions or challenging shapes. Having your shoulders being stable, the girdle, is what's going to help keep you safe. Breath in, breath out. Let's work the other side. Right hand down, left arm reaches underneath the body. Notice if there's any difference from right shoulder to left. I know this is where my old injury is, so I have to think a little bit more about this side. Good, let's return your left hand to the earth. Walk the feet in back to hip width distance and make your way back into your floating tabletop position. 20-second hold. With the option, if you're feeling a little frisky, to try this on your forearms. Try to keep the belly zipped in. If you're doing this forearm variation, still think about bowing the space between your shoulder blades. Ten seconds left. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Let's walk it up onto your hands. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Now you can walk the hands back towards your feet here or bend into the knees, lean forward. Push off of your hands until you make it back into that forward fold. I did an okay job of that. Halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Again, you're still hip width distance. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up to standing position, sweeping arms up to sky. Exhale, forward fold, take it all the way down. Ardha, halfway lift, lengthen. Good, let's fold to walk it forward into a high plank position. Glide your body weight forwards, bend the elbows to 90 degrees, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips. Now walk the feet together at the back of your mat and in a little bit. I want you to become this really proper A-shape Ashtanga style down dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Travel to the top of your mat and meet me in a halfway lift. Notice if that helped your hop, shortening up the stance. Forward fold. Rise up to standing. And take the hands to heart center. Good, sweep your arms all the way back up. And forward fold, take it down to the mat. Ardha, halfway lift, lengthen. Again, Chaturanga, hands plant. Maybe you step back, right foot, right foot, or hop back. Bend the elbows to 90. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Nice. Now shorten up that stance a little bit. Walk the hands back. Rebend into the knees like you're working into floating tabletop. Push back into your forward fold at the back of your mat. Yes. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, straight down to forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands find the ground, walk it forward into high plank. Bend your elbows 90. Urdhva Mukha. Adho Mukha. Downward facing dog. Again, shorten the stance, bring the toes together. Lift your heels, bend your knees, grip into those fingertips. Take a little travel to the top. Meet me in half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up to standing, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Ardha, halfway lift. Your choice, stepping back, hopping back. Chatta. Urdhva. Adho. Shorten the stance, walking the hands back. Glide forward like you're in floating tabletop. Push back for the last time. Yes. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up to standing. It's our last round of these weird sunays. Exhale, forward fold. Take it all the way down. Halfway. Let the hands take you forwards. Chatta. Urdhva. Adho. All right. Walk the feet together again. Just a bit of a shorter stance. Lift your heels, bend your knees, travel to the top. How slow, how quiet can you land? Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's sweep the arms all the way up to standing. And then by your side body. Now listen, I want those fingertips pointing straight down. Bend into your knees until your middle fingers reach the ground. And then sweep them forwards in front of you. You're in your Utkatasana chair position. Grip into your toesies a little bit, feel out the ground, and then maybe you keep them flared up off of the earth. Draw your navel inwards, try to keep your tailbone long towards the back of your space. Cycle in. Cycle out, forward fold, take it down. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, I suggest trying out that hop back a little bit. I like to bend my knees. I don't have like presses back or anything yet. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now let's step our right foot between our hands and move into warrior one. Back heel is on the ground. Chest wants to be square to the front, but that left hip is going to remain open. Now find a posterior tilt underneath you. And reach your left arm forwards in front of you just so that you really square and get that work. Arms reach back up to the sky. And then behind you. Interlace the fingers, touch the palms, or hold on to your hips. Lift through the chest, lead with the chest, humble warrior. Right shoulder is working down towards the thigh, or if you're feeling more open, shoulder to the inside of the thigh. If you're doing that variation, I suggest walking the right foot out a little bit. Nice, let's take it all the way back up, sweeping the arms up to the sky. Hands down to the ground, high to mid plank with Ekapada as an option. Just one leg is behind you. Open up the chest. Exhale back into your downward facing dog. Now let's do this with the other side. Big step, left foot between the hands. VR1, arms up. Create the posterior tilt. Reach your right arm forwards in front of you. Yeah. The hip's going to be open. The shoulders want to be square. I try to not go too crazy with my warrior one. It's just me. Arms back up to the sky. Hands come behind you. Let's work into our humble warrior. Lift open the chest and fold. Shoulder on the thigh. Look back between. Notice I'm trying to swing my butt to the back of my mat. Yeah? I know you've seen enough butthole today. One breath in. Breath out. Rise all the way up to standing. And take it down to the ground. High to mid plank with Ekapada as an option. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips. Shorten up that stance. Big toes touch. Heels high. Bend your knees. Look forward. Travel to the top. Halfway and fold. Rise to standing. Arms by side body like you're a little toy soldier. Bend into the knees. Once you make contact, sweep. You're in your chair position. Breath in. Exhale, take the hands to heart center. Interlace your fingers, press the palms forward. Ardha Utkatasana, half chair. Bring biceps by the ears, look straight down at your toes. If you're feeling a little frisky, lift up your heels. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Forward fold, take it down. Halfway lift, lengthen. Chaturanga Dandasana, high to mid with jump backs. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. We're going to go back into our warrior ones, but with a new entry point. Right leg lifts. Knee to nose, step through low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, arms behind you, interlace. Lift the chest. Good. Work your humble. Now listen, lift your chest up a couple inches and release the hands to the ground to the inside of the right foot. Deepen your stance and open up into your low side angle. Left arm reaches up. If you ever need it, brick can come underneath this hand. Especially with my flexible babes, what happens is we kind of over rely on the openness of the hip without pushing at all into the back foot, which is going to take your whole pelvis underneath you again. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Breath in. Exhale, take the hands back down to the ground, square off. High to mid plank. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog, pike. Left leg lifts up. Knee to nose, step through low lunge. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. And with your exhale, take your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, lift chest, and work into your humble. Now elevate the chest just a bit and release the hands. Left hand to the inside of the left foot. Deepen your stance, open up into your low side angle. Brick, optional, right? So let the tucking of the pelvis be the guide that you're in the right spot. 3, 2, 1. Let's take it home. Frame up the foot, high to mid. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet together, my loves, heels lift. Bend your knees, look forward. Travel to the top. Halfway. Fold. Rise all the way up. And take the arms by your side body. Bend into the knees, glide your way down. And then sweep it up, sweep it forwards. Now take your hands to heart center. And this time let's add in a little twist and rotation. Right elbow to your left thigh. Try to push into that thigh. If this is a little too challenging, the rotation is too much, do an open twist. Still hard, you're still working twists. I'm getting sweaty. Good, let's work the other side. Left elbow, right thigh. Last 3, 2, and 1. Take it down to the ground. Options galore. You do your chaturanga thing. Boom, boom, boom. You're in down dog. You hang out there for a second. If you feel like working Bakasana, crow pose, hands to the ground, lift your heels, bend the knees and open up the knees wide. Bend your elbows so that they make a little shelf and lean your weight forward onto the triceps. Feet can lift. Arms can straighten. Ooh. Nice. Feet can come back, you can step back, or if you have jump backs, you can jump back from your crow, landing in your mid plank. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice work, everyone. Now here's how we're going to go through our last round of our warrior ones. I want you to start with your feet together. Lift up your left leg. Bend into your right knee, look to the top, and I want you to hop the right foot to the front of your mat. Step that left foot back, rise into your warrior one. Hands behind you. Interlace, lift the chest. Humble warrior. Elevate the chest. Right hand to the inside of the thigh. Deepen and open up into your low side angle. Nice. Breath in. With your exhale, take the hands back down to the ground. Now listen, let's move into a side plank. Option right away, lower your left knee to the ground. Step your right foot back. Options 2, you roll open, keep the knee up, stagger, or stack. Right arm reaches up. Work that left shoulder into the socket here for 3. You're so close to your first break. 2 and 1. Take it back. Upward. Downward facing dog. I know it feels pretty backwards, but lift your right leg up. Bend into your left knee. Look to the top. Hop that left foot to the front. Right foot steps back. Rise into your warrior one. Hands behind you. Interlace. Lift the chest. Humble. Take it down. Inhale. Elevate just a scotch. Release the hands. Deepen your stance. A low side angle. Return the hands down to the earth. Square off. Working your modified side plank. Or full monte. Teet, teet. My arms are feeling sleepy. 3, 2, and 1. Take it back down, high to mid plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Now you can rest here. You can rest with your knees onto the ground, child's pose, or kneeling. If you feel like you still have some juice in the shoulders, instead of just going back into down dog, try your hand at lowering your forearms to the ground. And if you weren't, in our Power Flow on Saturday, we're actually going to play with a pretty fun transition through a chaturanga. And we're going to try that in our next round. Good. And if you're in that forearm position and you want to play, then play. We got 10 seconds. Nice. We're all going to meet in down dog in 3. You got it. 2 and 1. So good. Downward facing dog. Now let's make one more transition to the top of our mat. So I want you to do the same thing. Walk the feet together. Lift your heels. Bend your knees. Look to the front. Launch off of those feet. Grip into your fingertips. Maybe you really slowly float your way down. Maybe you exploded and knocked over the china cabinet on your way. Maybe you're at grandma's house. I don't even know anybody with a china cabinet. Other than my dead grandparents. Okay, halfway lift, RIP, love y'all. Forward fold. Okay, now let's rise all the way back up to standing. And take your hands by your side body. Lift up your left leg in front of you. And either hold on to the underside of your leg, the hamstring area, or the front, like your shin bone zone. Try to point through this left foot. Press through the right leg really hard and try to arch your back a little bit, lifting your chest up towards the sky. Woo! And there my balance went. 3, 2, And 1. Take yourself all the way back towards center. Keep this left heel kicked into your butt. Grab for the inside edge of the foot. Lengthen the tailbone downwards. Reach your right arm straight forward. Energy lines out through the middle finger. Kick through the foot. When you got no more kick, start to lean into your dancer's pose. Last 3. Good. Last 2. Nice work in 1. Bring yourself all the way back up. Again, holding on to either hamstring or shin bone. Now flex into your foot. If you've got the shin bone, try to capture the bottom of the foot, interlacing the fingers. If you've got the hamstring, just hold on to this hamstring. Now try to kick the leg forwards in front of you. Last 3. Last 2. Nice. Try to give your shin bone a little kiss. And then release that foot, standing splits. Both of your hands come down towards the earth. Now you can hang out in these standing splits, just feeling it out. Again, you can work with bricks. If you feel like playing with handstand kick-ups, I want to give you time to do that as well. Now here's my favorite ways to practice handstand kick-ups. We've already played with the mechanics of them already. Think about what it does take to launch. Dancer's mechanics, bending into the right knee, you get your plie and push. 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 Maybe you push and you catch. Think gripping into fingertips. 3, 2, back into your standing split on 1, release the left foot down. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Catch your breath in that forward fold. And then rise all the way up to standing. Arms by side body. Right leg is going to lift up. Again, hamstring, shin. Wherever you are, think about pulling up the right leg as much as feels comfortable while being able to straighten through this left leg. Yeah, I can't look at you or else I'll fall, but I love you all so much. Now think about pulling the leg towards you and lifting through the chest, maybe even taking your gaze upwards. I am breathing. Are you? All right, let's take you back. Get a little release and we'll reach for the inside edge of this right foot. Squeeze the inside of your knees together. Reach the left arm forwards. Come on, TL. Now kick the foot into the hand. And when you're all out of kick, let's lean forward into our dancer's pose. Try to square the right hip down. Last 3. Last 2. So good. Very last 1. Bring it back up. Oh, my feet. Again, hamstring, shin. If you got the shin, get underneath those feet. The cramping in your feet is just the strength of those little muscles working together, okay? Kick that foot forward. Long through the left leg. For 3. 2, maybe kiss the shin on 1. Mwah. And bring yourself all the way back up. Standing split. Oh! Sometimes I'm so upset at myself for what I'm teaching. This is one of those moments, you guys. Now, okay, You can hang out in split land weekend all you want. You could be doing something here, right? If you wanted to play with kick-ups, think again. This top leg is fixed. Bottom leg is the one working. Not like this one's turned off, but it's engaged and long. Bend into the left knee, hops. Maybe you're just hopping, maybe you're trying to find a hold. Just keep looking at the ground. 5, 3, 2, 1. I almost made it. Right leg releases. Think halfway lift and heel toe your legs. You're like crip walking your way wide. Bend into your knees. Make your way down into Malasana because yes. Try to push into the inner thighs. Open up through your chest. Now we're going to spend about 20 seconds in this Malasana. If you're still feeling like you have some upside down left in your tank, Malasana is actually one of my favorite positions for hopping up into handstand. It just is kind of cool. So if you want to play with that, come to the center of your mat. I know this is a tough class, guys. You're doing great. Think hands, hops. And I like to keep the wide position. And you could even straddle. We're going to meet back in down dog for our final piece of flow in 10 seconds. Mainly because I need to give myself a goddamn breath after that. Woo! And yeah, it's about that time. Cool. So we're going to go through our like fun little ending transitions here. Take your hands to the front of your mat. Step back into down dog. Take 5 breaths. All right, right leg is going to lift up. And pull it in, knee to nose, step through low lunge. Last warrior 1 on this side. Hands come behind you. Interlace, lift the chest. Humble. Now release the hands down to the ground and work into your low side angle. Definitely opening up that right foot a little bit wider. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Now do me a big favor for this transition. Imagine the entire front of your body is like a guitar. Swing this left arm back. Strum the big guitar. Listen, pivot off of that back heel. Rise yourself up into your high crescent. Very low and grounded. Left knee lowers. Lengthen out through your right leg. Pull it back. Sweep the arms behind you. Rebend into your front knee, tuck back toe. Take off, Virabhadrasana 3. Bend into your right knee. Open up the arms, open up the hips. Half moon. Keep it floating, keep it floating. You're going to step back to warrior 2 and 3. In 2. And 1. Big step back. Flip your right palm. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Now rebend into your front knee. Take your hands to the ground and step your right foot back. Now it can be on the ground or floating for that extra ouchie. Right forearm comes down. You're in an asymmetrical plank. Roll to the instep of your left foot. Pull your right knee in towards your chest. Yes. Now swing this right hand towards your left. Scoop underneath this right leg and reach for your right wrist. Hold this position. Maybe you kick out into a split for 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up. High to mid. Upward facing. Oh, Sarah, we went there. Exhale, downward facing. Left leg lifts up. Knee to nose, step through. Rise into warrior 1. Last 1. Hands behind you. Interlace lift. Humble. Now release the arms. Take the hands down to the ground. Definitely widen out a little bit. Open up into that low side angle. Right arm reaches up. Now we're going to strum the guitar. Right arm goes back. Notice as it passes my leg, I'm pivoting off of that foot. Rise into your high crescent. But I'm very low, right? Right knee lowers down. Lengthen through the left leg. Floating half split. Rebend into the front knee, tuck back toe. Take off into your warrior 3. Good. Now bend into this left leg. Start to open up the hip, open up through the arms. Half moon. Can you hold the float? For 3, 2, step back into your warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, Trikonasana triangle pose. Lengthen through the left leg. Reach your right arm up to the sky. All right, folks. Rebend into your front knee. Square yourself off. Left leg is going to extend back behind you. Ugh. Okay. Now, left forearm is going to lower to the ground. Good. And you're going to roll to the instep of your right foot, pulling the left knee towards your chest. Walk your left hand over towards the right and try to scoop to the inside of the leg. Hold on to your own wrist. Maybe you stay there. Maybe you split it out. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Take it all the way back up. High to mid. Last one. Urdhva. And Adho. Now let's make our way all the way to our butt at the top of our mat. You can walk there and plop. Or if you have like a jump through or anything, you can always take that. Okay. Now let's lengthen your left leg in front of you. Cross right leg over left. We're going to take a twist. So if you know as you twist, you would rather have this left leg bent. Both sit bones on the ground though. Left elbow, right thigh. Elevate and rotate. Big belly breaths. Good. Now take yourself to a counter twist. Keep the legs, both hands over to your left, round the spine. Bring yourself back up. If this left leg is bent in, I want you to turn it into a 90-degree angle. And if your leg isn't bent yet, then meet us there. We're going to work into double pigeon. I want you to pick up this right foot and kind of place it on top of the inner thigh. Think about really flattening that thigh down. And then bring the right knee on top of that left ankle. Now, if your right foot just sickled in a little bit, walk it a little bit further over. This is a very challenging shape. This is not easy for me. Outer hips say, whoa, Nelly. So if that's you, I feel you. This is where you really get to tap into your breath. And notice if that breath gives you a little hall pass to maybe work closer to the edge that you thought you were already at, but still needed to explore. We got 5 breaths here. All right, let's walk us all the way back up. I like to just lean back and untangle myself, and we'll lengthen our legs forward in front of us. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold, hinge from your hip line and work down. Now bring yourself up about halfway. Plant your hands kind of just below your hip area and really grip in towards your fingertips. Point through the toes and see about pushing into your hands and lifting your butt up. Yeah, so it's like intro to an L-sit. For my friends that want to work a little bit deeper, walk the hands forward, lift up, and start to pike forwards with that maximum representation being even closer towards the knees. Pike, lift, and tuck. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Yes. Bend into the left leg. Again, crossing it over. Maybe this right leg bends in. Both booty bones onto the ground. Right elbow hooks. Twist and rotate to your left. All right, let's counter twist this. So take it up and over to your right. Round the spine. And bring yourself back up. Now, before you sit all the way onto those booty bones, let's try to swing this right leg to 90 degrees. Left foot on top of the thigh, and let yourself work into that double pigeon on the other side. Yeah. Maybe this side feels a little different already. I'm having a spiritual experience right now. Perhaps that breath coaxes you a little bit deeper. Last 2 breaths. And let's bring you all the way back. Lean back to untangle a little bit. And reach your legs again forward in front of you. Now point through your toes. Tuck the tailbone underneath. Slow and controlled roll down. Take your arms up above your head. Stretch yourself out nice and long. And then like you're drawing a big snow angel, bending into the knees, arms by side. Pull the knees around the side. Open up the hips. Happy baby Ananda Balasana. Can't not do it. And if there's any final wiggles you know you need before Shavasana, I want you to take them. So you can flex your little creative muscles there. See what you want. And if you're ready and if you're with me, let's take it all the way down onto the ground. If you're controlling your music, let's go to the last song. And let yourself go all the way flat onto the ground. If it doesn't feel safe like that, then you can always do your final position seated or even laying off onto one side. Whatever position you find yourself in, let's take your tongue away from your mouth. And let your breath find a natural rhythm. Now, friends, let this next breath get a little bit deeper. Hmm. Perhaps you find some natural movement in your body. You roll off to one side, you wiggle. Maybe you stretch yourself out. And wherever you land, whether that's staying on your back or up in a seat, I just want you to know that I'm incredibly grateful for you, for all of you, for trusting me with you and that precious body of yours. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you later this week or next. Thank you. Hmm. Thank you, Miriam. Hmm. I don't know about you guys. I'm feeling al dente after that. Oh, Holly. I feel you. I'm there. Yes, Ashley. I know that these yoga flows are really hard sometimes. And for me, as a person that's experienced just heaps and heaps of weird things and trauma, being in a space like that where I can work my body and move my body in the way I wanted was like a way that I really reclaimed my agency. I was able to create my own boundaries, stick to those boundaries, challenge those boundaries. And that's why I believe in this so much. And I believe in you too. So, wherever this class brought you, thank you. And thank you for letting me process, because when I move, I get better too, like in here, in here. Oh, yes, Estefania. Oh, my goodness. That was a tough first one. Yes. So, my plan is that because now these Mondays are power flows and not basics, I'm going to be pre recording basics and beginners concepts and releasing those every week. So, I hope you don't feel discouraged. I know and I trust the process. And when you do work like this, really incredible things can happen. Yes. Thank you, Annalisa Presta. I like soaked my shirt. Wonderful. Yeah, and let me know in the chat if there's like things that you want to learn about or things that your body is craving this week. I was thinking of putting out some more wall classes, like chill wall classes, like yin class. I think that would be really nice to partner that up with what we're doing here every Monday. And I just want to double check. I think our next live class is this Wednesday. Yeah, so on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm doing another drills, conditioning, and flow class. I haven't decided what I'm going to work on, but I usually figure that out beforehand. So we have that. And then our next themed class is next Friday. So not this Friday, but next. And we're doing cyberpunk themed goth bar. Because yes, it's going to be fun. Yeah. I opened up Patreon to like check those dates and it was like the live stream up and I was like, whoa, that's my face. Yeah, I think cyberpunk is such a cool aesthetic. And I mean, I love Blade Runner. Watching Blade Runner. I actually have really cool Blade Runner up in my house. It's just not here in the immediate look. But in our office, me and my partner's office is painted black and it's like very cyber gothy in there. Yeah. So I just adore you all. I hope you like the playlist. I know that was a weird one. It kind of went all over the place. I was really in the mood for these like drony guitars and grimy like female vocals. Felt like it went with the vibe. Slow grind, baby. Do you guys have any cool plans today? What you doing? I think I'm gonna go to this Curios place here that I went to and pick up a new skull. Oh, thank you, Maheli. Obrigada. Beatrice, oh my God, I can't wait. If y'all don't know Beatrice, you should follow her on Instagram, Beatrice Mariano Photography. She's incredible. Yes, Sarah. So I'm looking at a wildebeest skull. Apparently there's a lot of them out here in Florida. I don't think like wildebeest themselves, but there's a lot of creatures out here. Like, I don't know if you guys knew this, but there's like black bears in Florida. There's like bears, crocodiles, there's monkeys. So of course, there's all sorts of weird stuff. So I'm excited. The people at this place are really cool. They just messaged me. And it'll be fun. I just slowly want to build my little weird castle. Yep. Have a good day. Tenha un día lindo. Have a beautiful day. That's me trying to figure out Portuguese. I'm like waiting to hear Beatrice and Maheli tell me I was wrong. Oh my God, seeing you guys talk in this chat are making me so happy. Yes. Yeah, I don't know if I told you guys last time, but one of my aunties lived in Brazil for like years. And she's fluent in Portuguese. I'm so jelly. All right. I'll have to learn more, Beatrice, from you. Learn little bits. All right, you gorgeous darlings. I love you all. I'm going to rinse off because I'm a sweaty Betty. And I love you all so much. And I look forward to seeing you maybe on Wednesday. Beatrice, I'll see you on Friday for your stream. Beatrice is also an awesome creator on Patreon. And on Fridays, we just watch her play horror games and she screams and gets freaked out. It's wonderful. Yeah, I love the Patreon community because I get to do my work and I get to support my friends, and it's just awesome. I love it. It's like this happy little circle of family, and I get to see so many different kinds of creations, between Beatrice's art and her photography. And let's see, who else do I support on there? I support Martha Graham Dance Company, my friend Arthur Robinson. So he does a lot of writing and topics on social justice and anti-racism work in America and globally. My friend Brandy, my friend Sadir Lady Liquid. Who else? There's a few more. I can't even remember. There's so many people on there. Crystal Rose Yoga. Yeah. So great. All right, y'all. I love you. And I'll see you all next time, okay? Bye.